you ever wondered why people manipulate others? And what techniques they use? This question takes us down a winding path into the shadowy corners of the human mind, where the dark side of psychology lies. In this realm, manipulation is a tool wielded with precision and intent. It's a complex, often misunderstood concept steeped in psychological strategies and tactics. Dark psychology, as ominous as it sounds, explores these underhanded tactics. It's a study of the human condition and our capacity for cruelty, deception, and manipulation. It's about understanding how one person can influence another's thoughts, emotions, and actions for their own gain. Over the course of this video, we'll venture deeper into this shadowy world, uncovering the various techniques of manipulation, from the power of persuasion, the invisible threats, to the art of playing with emotions and deception. We'll peel back the layers of the human psyche. So buckle up, it's time to delve into the world of dark psychology. Let's peel back the layers of the human mind and delve into the world of dark psychology. Persuasion, a subtle form of manipulation, can be a powerful tool when used with ill intentions. Let's delve into the case of Charles Manson, a notorious cult leader whose persuasive techniques were used for manipulation. Manson's ability to persuade and manipulate was not a result of magic or supernatural abilities, but rather a testament to the power of persuasion. Manson had a charismatic personality that drew people to him. He was a master storyteller, painting vivid images that captivated his audience. Manson knew how to tap into people's fears and desires, using them as leverage to influence their actions and beliefs. By understanding his followers' needs and wants, he was able to tailor his messages in a way that resonated with them, making his ideas seem like their own. But charisma and storytelling weren't the only tools in Manson's arsenal. He also utilized the principle of commitment and consistency. Manson would start with small requests, gradually increasing them over time. As his followers complied with these small requests, they became more committed to Manson and his cause, making it harder for them to resist his larger demands. This is a common persuasive technique, known as the foot-in-the-door technique. Manson also leveraged the power of social proof. He carefully selected his followers, choosing individuals who were easily influenced and prone to conforming. As these individuals saw others in the group following Manson's orders, they were more likely to do the same, reinforcing Manson's influence over the group. Finally, Manson exploited the principle of scarcity. He created a sense of impending doom, suggesting that a race war was imminent, and that his followers needed to act quickly to survive. By creating a sense of urgency, Manson was able to compel his followers to take drastic actions. Manson's case is a chilling example of how persuasion can be used to manipulate others. But remember, while Manson's use of persuasion was nefarious, these techniques can also be used for good. It's not the tool, but how it's used that determines its effect. The key is to be aware of these techniques so you can protect yourself from those who might use them with ill intentions. Gaslighting, a term you may have heard, is a psychological tactic used to make a person question. It's a subtle and invisible threat that can have a profound impact on an individual's perception of reality. The term gaslighting finds its roots in the classic 1944 film, Gaslight, where a manipulative husband tricks his wife into believing she's losing her mind. This cinematic portrayal of psychological manipulation gave birth to the term we now use to describe a form of mental abuse that's as insidious as it is destructive. Gaslighting is a strategy of psychological manipulation that seeks to sow seeds of doubt in a targeted individual or in members of a targeted group, making them question their own memory, perception, or sanity. It's an invisible threat that operates in the shadows of our understanding, often going unnoticed until the damage is done. Imagine a scenario where someone close to you, perhaps a friend or a loved one, consistently tells you that your memory of certain events is incorrect or that your feelings are unjustified. Over time, you start doubting your own memories, your judgment, and even your sanity. That's gaslighting at work. Gaslighters typically use this tactic to gain power and control over their victims by making their victims question their own perceptions and memories. gaslighters are able to manipulate them into depending on the gaslighter's version of reality. This erodes the victim's self-esteem and self-confidence, leaving them vulnerable and dependent. But the most dangerous aspect of gaslighting is its gradual nature. It's not a one-time event, but a slow, methodical process that can take place over months or even rupees, like a frog in a slowly boiling pot of water. The victim may not realize what's happening until it's too late. Gaslighting, a subtle yet dangerous form of manipulation, can have severe consequences on a person's mental health. It's an invisible threat that we must be aware of, as understanding and recognizing it is the first step towards protecting ourselves and our loved ones. Emotions, the most vulnerable aspect of human beings, can often become the target of manipulators. A chilling example of this is the case of Jim Jones. The infamous leader of the People's Temple cult, Jones was a master of emotional manipulation, using his followers' feelings to control and subjugate them. Jones started off by promising a utopian society, a place where all would be equal and free from discrimination. This appealed to many who felt marginalized and unaccepted in mainstream society. In a sense, he tapped into their feelings of alienation and longing for acceptance, using these emotions to draw them into his fold. Once they were in, Jones began to manipulate their emotions further. He created an environment of fear and paranoia, claiming that outside forces were constantly trying to destroy their utopia. This constant state of fear made his followers more reliant on him for protection and guidance, further solidifying his control. But Jones didn't stop there. He also used a tactic known as love bombing, where he would shower his followers with affection and praise, only to withdraw it abruptly. This emotional roller coaster kept his followers off balance, insecure, and desperate for his approval. Jones's ultimate act of manipulation came in November of 1978, when he coerced his followers to participate in a mass murder-suicide event known as the Jonestown Massacre. Using a combination of threats, fear, and persuasion, he convinced over 900 people to drink cyanide-laced punch, resulting in one of the largest mass deaths in American history. This tragic event serves as a stark reminder of the devastating effects of emotional manipulation. It shows us how easily emotions can be twisted and used against us, especially when they are manipulated by someone we trust. It underlines the importance of understanding our emotions and how they can be played upon, so we can protect ourselves from such manipulation in the future. Deception, a common tool in the manipulator's arsenal, can be used to create illusions and false realities. Let's delve into the life of a man who was a master of this art. A man named Frank Abagnale. You might recognize his name from the film Catch Me If You Can, where Leonardo DiCaprio portrays his life of deception and manipulation. Frank Abagnale, before the age of 21, had successfully conned millions of dollars by assuming no fewer than 8 identities, including an airline pilot, a doctor, a lawyer, and a federal agent. His exploits were so extraordinary that they were turned into a Hollywood film. But let's look closer at how Abagnale used deception to manipulate individuals and systems. Abagnale's deception was not merely about pretending to be someone else. It was about understanding the expectations and perceptions of those around him and then fitting himself into that mold. He studied the behaviors, the language, and the professional jargon of the roles he was playing. He knew that people tend to see what they expect to see, and he used this to his advantage, creating illusions that felt real because they matched those expectations. But deception was not just about his personal appearances. It was also about manipulating systems. Abagnale forged checks, he created fake identities, and he understood the loopholes in banking systems, exploiting them to his advantage. His skills were so extraordinary that after serving less than 5 years of his 12-year sentence, the federal government released him on the condition that he would help them catch other fraudsters. However, the story of Frank Abagnale is not a glorification of deception. Rather, it is a stark reminder of how easily we can be fooled, how readily we accept what we see at face value, and how crucial it is to question and verify. Because the reality is, deception is not just the realm of con artists and fraudsters. It is a tool used in everyday situations, From advertising to politics, from social media to personal relationships, Abagnale's story shows us the lengths to which a skilled manipulator can go using deception. It is a reminder to stay vigilant, to question, to verify, and to understand that not everything is as it appears. We've delved into the dark world of manipulation and the techniques used by manipulators. We've explored the murky depths of dark psychology, shedding light on the power of persuasion, the invisible threats that lurk in our everyday interactions, and the art of deception. These are not just abstract concepts. They're real tactics employed by individuals who exploit the emotions of others for personal gain. We've seen how persuasion can be wielded like a weapon, how emotional manipulation can be as damaging as physical harm, and how deception can be dressed up to look like truth. But why did we embark on this journey? It's not to make you paranoid, but rather to equip you with the knowledge needed to protect yourself. By recognizing these techniques, you can better navigate the social landscape and guard against those who might use these tactics against you. Remember, knowledge is power. By understanding these manipulation techniques, you can better arm yourself against potential manipulators. With these manipulation techniques, you can better arm yourself against potential manipulators. Have you ever encountered someone who used these manipulation techniques on you? Share your experience in the comments below. While dark psychology explores the darker aspects of human behavior, it also empowers us to be more aware of these tactics and protect ourselves. Remember, you are not alone, and there are resources available to help you if you've been manipulated. This journey through dark psychology was just the beginning. There are many more manipulation techniques and fascinating cases to explore. Stay tuned for future videos where we delve deeper into this complex and captivating subject. Leave a comment below and share your thoughts on dark psychology and manipulation. What surprised you the most? Have you ever encountered any of these tactics in your own life? Like this video if you found it informative, and subscribe for more mind-blowing explorations of psychology. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to stay updated on our latest releases.